In the last video, me and Oscar showed you guys how you can go from doing absolutely 0 circles to getting your first one done. And in this video, we're going to show you how you can get past that one and start to think about doing 1.5 to 2 circles. This is what Oscar's circles are currently looking like. And by the end of this video, we're aiming to get them to look like this. In order to get Oscar doing more than 1 circle, we're going to introduce a couple of different drills than what we showed in the last video. And we're also really going to exaggerate that leaning over from one side to the other. So let's get cracking on with a couple of drills. And then after that, Oscar's going to get many attempts done today. And he is going to be getting more than 1 circle done, aren't you, mate? If you guys are also struggling to get more than 1 circle going, I'd highly suggest that you follow along with me and Oscar in this video, and that you also click the link in description, or you scan this QR code here to gain access to my full, free How to Start Circling on a Mushroom guide. With that being said, let's get into it. Oscar can already do 3/4 of a circle, as you guys have seen, but I'm just quickly going to get him to work through each quarter of the circle, really teaching him how to rock his shoulders and transfer his body weight from one side to the other. So it's going to be step to the side, hand comes off, back leg, lifts to this position, hop off of this front foot, and as your feet slap and join together, push your hips, boom, all the way through that way to land in a lovely side support with that shoulder right on top. Boom, bang. It does feel a little bit strange to stop yourself. So if you don't stop dead perfect, it's not the end of the world. As long as you're getting that lean over to that shoulder, you're doing a good job. Good, nice, much better. When it comes to pommel, lots of people make this mistake as well. With their hands, just having them dead flat like this. When it comes to first starting to do pommel, your wrists are going to be absolutely knackered. So you need to make sure, rather than just having these hands and fingers dead loose, we need to be gripping the floor and trying to grab and push. Grab and push the pommel away. And if we can do that all the way around the pommel, you're going to find that you can get into a bit of a rhythm and the circles will get a little bit easier. So rather than having those hands flat there, mate, now just try and imagine gripping the pommel with those fingertips. Good, nice. All right, now we'll put it in front and Oscar's going to do a lovely half for me. Good, and now just make sure the hips up a bit taller and then lean over to that side. There you go, nice. Yes, that was very good, that one, nice. Make sure when you're starting as well, you're not starting like leaning too far away. So rather than having your shoulders back here when you start, be on top of yourself already, so it's much easier for you to just stay on top of this. Nice, good. Put it down and bosh. Excellent. And just by going through each of these supports, you're making sure that each section of the circle is good before we start wanging it around and trying to do more and more of the circle. So now we're going to put this over on this side and Oscar is going to think about doing 3/4. When you do this one, sometimes if you do it really well, your feet will just tend to slide off and you'll finish in a full circle. If you do that, it's a happy accident. If we keep on landing in side support with our shoulder leaned over, you're doing an awesome job as well. So right now, what's been happening when you're doing your circles is you're pushing away just like this. Yeah, exactly. So you've got to think about getting this tricep and your lat close to each other so they're pulling inwards and then leaning. Nice, good. Slow it down a little bit. That one, the shift over was good, but as you stepped into it, you leant a little bit with your toes. If you do that, your body's going to go up, then you're going to fall straight down. You don't want to think about it going up and down. You want to think about being continuously around in a flat circle all the way across. Good, not bad. And as you can see, this isn't an easy process. I'm going to let Oscar have a couple more goes going on to this level, but if we're finding he's falling over a little bit too much, what we can do is decrease the height of the block and that'll make it slightly easier. Good, not bad. Let's try one with the lower block and let's just see how it feels. Like I mentioned earlier on, I have made a full condensed guide covering all of these steps as well as a few more drills and progressions that you can use in order to start doing multiple circles. So if you want access to that, link in the description or scan right here. Yeah, that's better. Pull and lean. Boom. And bosh, good. If you land like further away pushing, just always recorrect yourself and pull yourself in at the end, just so you're then encouraging that, good. Good, there you go, nice. So Oscar's doing an absolutely great job. What's happening on a couple of them, just like that last one, is as he's leaning into it, he's leaning in this shape, a bit like this. And if you do that, your feet then want to fall straight down to the floor. So rather than leading with your toes, bang, try and think about pushing through with your hips and then getting that hand down early. Staying right on top. Lean, back around. Not letting my belly button go out here or over there. Everything is just staying around this one point. At this stage, what would be really useful to help Oscar with this correction is to have the bucket suspended from the ceiling and do circles with your feet inside the bucket. This is really going to teach him how to transfer his body weight from one side to the other. Unfortunately, we don't quite have a bucket, so I might do the old grab your legs, walk you around the pommel, get you shifting. But we also need to correct one more thing. When Oscar's going for his start, rather than staying strong and keeping all this activated the whole time, he's sort of jumping out wild, everything's going a bit loose, and then you're trying to correct it again. You want to try and keep yourself activated the whole time, nice and strong through those supports. So you're here, back support, front support, or back support, side support. So you think about keeping these in, having that pulling sensation rather than just letting it be wild. Now from here, as I come round, you want to lean over towards that side. Now extend your hips. So this is the issue. Think about pushing your belly button towards the high bar and lift your arm up. There. Round to there and bang. Perfect, good. Yes, good, good, good. I like that one. Hey, and a couple more of them and all, mate. So once you've put that hand down, it's not just a placement, it's front support, side support, back support. Yeah, mate, it's difficult. Pommel is very, very odd, very, very strange at first, but you'll learn to become friends with him eventually, and you can work together. Let's take this away now. Let's let you just crack on with getting a few attempts going. I know Oscar likes a challenge, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these down as markers. So that marks a full circle, this marks a quarter, this marks a half, and this marks 3/4. And then we're going to see with each attempt to see where can we get to. Right now we know we can get to 3/4, so if we can get from this last quarter to that one, mate, that'll be solid. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That was the best lean yet, good. Learning to circle a mushroom is a slow and frustrating process when you're first learning it. But as you can see with Oscar, you need to do attempt after attempt after attempt until eventually you get 1 or 2 good ones that start to creep in. You remember what that good feeling feels like and you keep on trying to replicate that until eventually you end up with the perfect circles. Easy, bang, boom. Yes, as you get that lean over, imagine letting your heels and your butt come back on yourself here. You get into this back support, and because you're not doing much with your hips, you're going to like, it's always going to do that because your feet are trying to stay here whilst your body wants to go that way. So think, feet in front here and then get them back. Hips, heels, heels, heels. Easier said than done, obviously. As you're there, bring those heels whoosh round again. Don't think bring them there, bring them whoom, there again. Yeah, good, that was a good start. Yeah, that was a good start because you leant over a lot. You just obviously slipped off the pommel. So mate, you're going to fall off, it's going to happen. Just, if you do feel like you're going to fall off the pommel, just don't ever reach behind you. Just always just bend your arms in and just firm it. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. When it comes to starting off with your pommel journey, no matter how good or bad it is, the goal is just to get a little bit better with every session. At the end of Oscar's last session, the furthest he managed to get was roughly here in this 3/4. And as you can see, he's getting to that now pretty consistently. So now we need to make sure we're consistently doing this work so that he can establish a new minimum. So rather than 3/4 being his minimum every go, it will then be 1 circle, and then it'll be 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and then it might be 2. But once you start to crack the 1 1/2 to 2 circles, the next load of circles then become exponentially easier to learn. It's only this first 1 to 2 circles that is the hardest bit. Once you get past the 2 circle barrier in particular, adding the next one, adding the next one, adding the next one does become easier and easier. So as much as this feels like an absolute slog now, and it will feel like a slog for you, you need to just keep on putting the work in until you get that click moment. Yes, 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 good. If, like Oscar, you're struggling to get that last 3/4 into a full circle, it's most likely because you're struggling to lean that body weight over to one side and you're probably a little bit compressed like this. To fix this, we can do this drill right here. So jump up on some P-bars or some dip bars, up into support like this, and all we're going to think about doing is bringing our rib and our lat all the way across towards our elbow and bicep. So we're here and lean over, all the way. Lean over, all the way. If that becomes easy, you can start to think about pushing, pushing, pushing. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After you've done that one a couple of times, I then recommend you go back to the bucket and do some bucket circles, but Oscar doesn't have that, so we're going to give it a go with the old coach holding your feet method. Hips, lean over, bang, heels, good. Yeah, good, there you go. There's a full circle, bang him. Good, nice, there you go, good. So, as you can see, after doing the lean over drills and me spotting him a couple of times, as well as going to attempt to set up some kind of rope suspended from the bucket setup, which did not work out very well. Me and Oscar just wasted about half hour. But we're gonna try and figure out a way to get a bucket suspended in this gym, because right now Oscar's doing a great job. We just need to get his body doing multiple circles with his feet in the buckets so he can start to develop that feeling of what it's like to actually do more than one. But to go from 3/4 to 1 circle is good enough progress, especially considering he's only done 2 sessions of this now. All right, come on, Oski. Pushing across, leaning over, get that full circle, mate. Bang, bang, good, not bad, not bad. From that 3/4 now, jump into a 1/4. Good. So now do your circle, wherever you land, you then jump 1/4, just like that. Bringing those hips round and driving. And by encouraging Oscar to go into the next circle, by landing and then jumping into it, that's gonna start to give his body a little bit more data on what it's like to continue the circles. And then jump and go. Yeah, good, and jump. Good. When you do it now, do it to a half. Bang, then round. Good, and keep doing that. So as you can see now, when Oscar's finishing his circles, wherever he's finishing on, and I'm telling him, he then has to jump and land in back support. By doing this, we're encouraging him to continue his circle no matter where he lands. So if he landed and done a 3/4 circle, oh, jump! Go straight into that. That way, we're not just practicing stop, and then go again. We're practicing that stop, oh no, finish it off, and address the issue that's happening, rather than just going 1 circle, stop, 1 circle, stop, forever. So, round, bang, 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 go, bang, bang, jump, round, yes, good, 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 nice. Much as Oscar did a lovely ninja backward row out of that, that already is looking much better and much more likely to start doing continuous circles, rather than just doing that 3/4 to push away. Without having the bucket hanging down, it can be very difficult to get people to understand how to actually start doing continuous circles. But this method here of doing wherever you land to jump and finish is what you got to do. Oscar's going to keep giving a couple of goes, and then we're going to attempt to try out again, and we're going to see exactly what he'll have done to his circle. Yep, good. Yep, good, 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 good. Good. All right, so there we go. Oscar has done a lot of attempts on this mushroom now. Exactly the same as you guys need to be doing if you want to get this done. We're going to have 5 attempts. We'll try and do as many circles as you possibly can, not thinking about stopping and going round, but going all the way along. 5 attempts, let's see how he gets on, but that has been absolutely awesome for a day 2, mate. Yeah, we are solving this problem out. Once we get this bucket suspended, that is going to add a whole new level to the game. That, plus doing what he's been practicing here, full circles or 3/4, jumps that half, is what's going to get him success. So, let's go, bro, come on. Yes, good, good. Good, love that. Yes, good, good, good. Last 3, actual last 3, and then we're done. Bang, bang. Yes, good, 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 look good. Boom, 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 boom. Good, good, good. And again. Come on, 1.5. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Good, good, good. Toby's a liar. Oscar's a liar. He's not doing 3 more. He's bloody doing it until he does 1.5. 1.5. Bad boy circles coming your way via Oscar Airways. Yeah, it's good, it's good, it's good. Good, good, good. No, don't put that foot down, bro. Come on. Pop yourself. Good. And there we go, guys. That was Oscar's 2nd session on pommel, and that was a process you guys can use to go from 1 circle to getting 1.5 and eventually 2. Me and Oscar are going to do a part 2 to this video, as you can see, he got very, very close to getting that 1.5, and I feel like in a couple of sessions' time, this man is going to be absolutely flying around this pommel. But just a quick recap. Start off by doing the 3/4 circle to land on the block inside support. After you've managed how to do that, if you've got access to a rope and a bucket, get yourself doing lots and lots of reps of your feet inside the bucket, and then do what Oscar did there, where you go 3/4 of a circle, jump to that last half, completing 1.5 circles, but in 2 attempts, aka 3/4, 3/4, or you can then do full circle, jump 1.5. And if you practice your circles like that, rather than doing the stop into the side every single time, you're going to be starting to encourage your body to do more than 1 circle, and it is eventually going to happen, no matter how far away it currently feels. At the start of the session, Oscar, how far away did it feel like you was from doing those circles?
Oh, so far, bro.
And right now, from those last 2 attempts, how do you feel?
I'll quite confidently do 1 most of the time, and then just get around, do 1.5.
There you go, mate.
Easy.
It's quite quick sometimes to let pommel demoralise you, but if you go about using this process, it will be a little bit easier, a little bit nicer, and hopefully you'll be circling nice and strong. But anyway, that has been all. Thank you guys for watching this one. I've been me, Oscar's been Oscar. You've been you. If you guys want access to the more condensed version of this video, where I personally teach you guys step by step, which is designed for you guys to take and use during open sessions or your individual training, then scan this QR code or click the link in the description and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.